A single forbidden choice. In a garden of first light, long before cities and kings, the first humans face a voice that questions the word of God. You are about to witness how one moment changes everything in human history. Adam tends the garden with quiet care. He names the animals, walks among the trees, and carries a simple staff. He trusts the voice that formed him and believes the green peace of Eden will last. Eve moves through the garden with bright curiosity. She gathers fruit, speaks with Adam, and delights in life created around her. Her heart is open, and she seeks to understand the world she now inhabits. The serpent moves with silent cunning. It watches, waits, and speaks with a voice that questions goodness. It is not loud. Its words are a soft wedge between promise and doubt. Morning in Eden is a hymn of green and light. The river speaks softly, the trees drip fruit, and animals move without fear. Adam and Eve walk together, unaware how fragile peace can be when words begin to twist. God's command is simple and clear. Every tree yields fruit for them, but the tree of the knowledge of good and evil is forbidden. Adam hears the boundary and remembers the voice that gave him life. The serpent slips close to Eve as evening cools the garden. Its voice is lubricated in honeyed doubt. It asks a question that cannot be taken as innocent. Did God really say you must not eat from any tree? Eve answers cautiously, repeating God's words, but softening them. She admits the prohibition and the punishment, yet the serpent's insinuations plant a shadow. Her hand hovers near a fruit that glows with promise. The serpent twists truth into a lure. It claims God withholds something beautiful, saying you will not die, but become like God, knowing good and evil. The promise hangs heavy like fruit on a low branch. Eve looks at the fruit and then at the garden around her. The serpent's words create a new hunger. She sees beauty, knowledge, and power, and the line between obedience and desire begins to blur. Eve lifts the fruit and bites. Sweet and sharp, the taste opens a new clarity inside her. Her eyes widen not only with pleasure, but with a strange knowledge pressing at the edges of her mind. Eve gives the fruit to Adam, and he eats. The act is simple and intimate, a shared choice that binds them. They both taste the same knowledge, and the weight of consequence settles between them. Immediately their eyes open to something new. They feel nakedness as humiliation, and sew fig leaves together to cover themselves. The garden seems sharper now, every leaf and shadow carrying meaning and fear. A sound of footsteps or a presence moves through the garden. The couple hears and hides. The voice of God calls, "Where are you?" Their hearts pound because the world now holds a new question and an old authority. God questions them about eating. Adam blames Eve. Eve blames the serpent. The conversation is raw and human. Accountability fractures their unity, and truth becomes tangled in excuses and fear. Consequences are spoken. The serpent is cursed to crawl and to eat dust. Eve will bear pain in childbearing and relational struggle. Adam will toil for bread. The garden is no longer a carefree home, but a world of travail. In an act both merciful and solemn, God makes garments of skin for them. The clothing covers their shame, but marks a new distance. Mercy and sorrow are threaded together in a single, costly gesture. They are led out of the garden. The gate closes. The world beyond is harsher and uncertain. Their steps are heavy with loss, but they walk together into the labor of life, carrying memory and a new knowledge they cannot forget. Outside Eden, life becomes work and relationship is tested. They labor, grieve, and build family. The world will be harder, but within struggle there is also resilience and the beginning of human history unfolding. The serpent recoils, its proud posture broken by curse. Where it once spoke with tempting ease, it will now crawl and live with enmity. The garden's voice has judged the source of seduction. Even as they leave, a memory lingers. The sound of a voice calling boundaries, and the shape of a simple command. Obedience is no longer a given. It becomes a choice they will teach their children and descendants. Even amid judgment, there is a glimmer of hope. The world will carry sorrow and toil, but also renewal. Small shoots rise through ruined ground, and the story of humanity begins under the shadow of consequence and mercy. Their choice echoes through generations. The knowledge they gain is costly and instructive. Humanity will wrestle with freedom, responsibility, and the consequences of its choices for all who come after. Night falls and silence answers some questions. They sit together in new clothes, grieving what is lost and leaning on one another. The scene is simple but heavy, the birth of a new human experience marked by love, failure, and endurance. Sometimes a scent or a shape will call them back in memory to Eden. The memory is both balm and wound, a reminder of what was given and what was broken by one choice. The story of Adam and Eve warns that freedom and truth come with responsibility. Choices have weight, and mercy still meets us in consequence. If this story moved you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you do not miss the next one.